15, 20 of the push-up challenge, 22 for vets. This is Marvin, aka E-Marv, gonna do my push-ups. But first, a quick message. Ignore the naysayers. Fix this. I say this because there's always going to be people that, if you're trying to do something positive and beneficial for yourself or others, that they're going to tell you no, it's not possible. Then if you know what you're doing is good, then ignore them. Ignore the naysayers. How is that going to help you proceed? It'll bring your energy down. Of course, there are exceptions, but in general, if you're trying to do your best and doing the right thing, then go for it. More about that on my Instagram. Now to my push-ups. Let's go. That's 45. Let me know if you want to join me. I'll hold you accountable. Remember, ignore the naysayers. And also, stay active physically and mentally. Thanks again for watching. This is Marvin. Peace out. Have a good one. See you later. Almost logged out. Just saw your message. How you doing, Goat Avenger? Thanks for joining. What brings you here today? Cool. Oh, brother. Yeah. Goat Avenger, you trying to go to sleep or just waking up? I know some people just tune in to listen to other people talk to help them go to sleep. Oh, okay, cool. Have you found anything interesting so far? Well, I guess not, if you're still... Yes, there's always going to be naysayers in life, and especially if it's something that's out of the the other person's purview of where they think they can go. That's the that's the thing, because it's, you know, they're putting their boundaries or limitations on you because that's how they feel. And in your case, it might be you're trying to do something out of the norm, something, what to say, extraordinary. So many people don't comprehend that, and it could come especially from family, because, you know, family tradition, and you have to do it this way, and you want to do something differently. It's like, no, how how are you gonna do that? So you have to keep that in mind, especially if you're going for something big that you've never done before. So, and nobody in your family has done before, or your group of friends, but you know it's good and you know it's beneficial, then, you know, you have to go against the grain. You might not have support from your immediate friends and family, but maybe there's a wider audience, and most likely there's some community out there that is supportive of what you're trying to do. So that's the thing. Sometimes you gotta just ignore and drive on, keep on going. So, do you have anything that you're wanting to do? Maybe other people are saying that you can't? Okay. What kind of abstract way? Not something physical, but more mental, maybe? No problem. No problem. Well, you know, you were just random people on the internet, but what is something that you want to do, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I get that. I think most people at a certain level are self-conscious. I know, you know, I can be self-conscious, especially when going into new things that I'm trying to do. Like, for example, if I'm applying for a different job that maybe I don't have as much experience in, I get self-conscious thinking, how am I going to apply this if the job description says I have to have all these different things, and I don't have all these different things. Then the other, let's say, less emotional, more practical side of me then says, well, technically that's the job description is just a wish list. There is no perfect person, so go ahead and apply. You never know. All they can say is no. Why automatically eliminate myself from something that others say no, especially when applying for a job? Make the best effort and to relate your experience to the job you're looking for, but you know, don't automatically eliminate yourself. And another thing about, I think, self-consciousness is it's something that you control, of course, because it's within yourself. So there should, I know not everybody experiences this, but I think I've experienced it in the past, that there comes a time where you're just, you know, you have to accept yourself for, for what you are, and, move forward with that. There is no perfection, and unfortunately, especially being on the internet, there's a lot of comparison, because it's just the nature of the internet, unfortunately. And let's say what gets most attention, let's say if you're more physical, the beautiful people are the one that gets the most views, or that become the influencers. Well, not always, and unfortunately, that's what becomes popular. So we compare ourselves to them, and we say, I'm not beautiful like them. How can I succeed in the same thing? And it's an unfair comparison, because you're in two different worlds potentially. You don't know them past what you see online, or you don't know what's going on in their minds. You don't know if they're having troubles or other things. So why compare? This is the thing. You are your own unique person. So if that person's doing fine, then good for them. I wish them the best of luck for them, for their continued success. But I'm me. I have to move forward with myself, and I have to accept myself. I'm not that person. I'm my own person. And you move forward with that. And I know it's not easy, because it's a mindset change. That's the thing. And but the thing is, once you get it, then you get it in the sense that, you know what, I didn't have to do this. But then you don't think about the past, that, oh man, I wasted all these years. It doesn't matter. The past is past, and you can't change it. For good or bad, whatever you did, whatever you did, good or bad, in the past, you can't change it. So you can only move forward. So if the past holds you back, again, that's up to you. I think that's the first thing you have to realize, is you have control. That's a key thing. You control yourself. You can't control others. So you might have some influence in others depending on where you are in life. You can make suggestions, but you can't control them. Maybe if you have power over them, you can make them, based on threats and that sort of thing. But in the end, that's not loyalty. That's just authority, and using your authority to make people do things that you want them to do. But as soon as they have a chance, they'll leave. So that's not real. So that's the key, is knowing that you are in control of yourself, at least of your mind. That's the key thing. Because even if you're young and you live at home, and let's say you don't pay for anything yourself, your parents, whoever you live with, do that, and they might not be the best people. That happens, you don't choose the family that you're born into, but you can choose the thoughts you have in your mind. And even if your outside environment is negative, if you have access to the internet, then find things that will be, or even an online community that will be supportive and helpful to you. So you have control, and you can do, you can control the things that you want to control within your own self, within your mind. So that's something potentially to think about. You can take it or leave it as you choose, of course. I'm just a talking head here. What else is on your mind? Any thoughts on what I mentioned? Do you believe you're in control? Here to share any thoughts? Mm, thoughtful. Changing subjects since you've gone quiet a little bit, unless you're typing. What's something good on YouTube to watch these days, or other platforms? Hi, Cheeto, how you doing? I said, what's good on YouTube or other platforms that you may be watching or that you've seen? How you doing, Burnt Cheeto? Good, good. Just here chatting a little bit with Goat Avenger, talking about the message, ignore the naysayers, and other things about who controls you. And the only right answer is that you control yourself. The thing is, you have to realize it. Any interesting activities planned for Sunday? Just chill at home. Do you do you play games? What are you playing these days? Or watching any good series or movies lately? Online, of course. Streaming. What's something funny that you recently watched? My daughters tell me that I should do some reaction videos. Night School. That's with Kevin Hart. Is that you talking about that movie? Yeah, I like Kevin Hart. Aspire to be even half as funny as him. That'd be cool. He has his own way, of course. And that girl, what's her name? I like her. Tiffany Haddish, is it? I like her acting too. Do you watch any of the suspense, like Us? Us was one like a suspense thriller with that's that black guy that was married or got a girlfriend that was white and brought into the neighborhood, and they were doing something to entrap him. This is a Tyler Perry movie. Tyler Perry has been doing some good things, I think. Yeah, I think that's one thing I miss a little bit about quarantine. We used to go to the movies often. Oh, okay. Yeah, Us is a yeah. The title is just Us, U.S. and it's it's a like a psychological thriller type of deal. So those are I like those, and with plot twists. Yeah, gotta love a good plot twist. Do you do mostly comedies or what types are your favorite? No, we like horror and comedy. I like pretty much almost anything because I'll be into a good drama or romantic comedy, mystery. Okay. What was this one where it was like a who done it movie. What is the name of this movie? There was a bunch of famous actors in the movie. It was like somebody got killed and they were trying to discover. Yeah, Knives Out. Yeah, that's it. That was a good one. Like I said, love a good plot twist. Yeah, Knives Out is good. And we watch a lot of foreign film also. My wife likes to watch K dramas, Korean dramas. We'll watch. Uh, let's see. Japanese. Yes, foreign film. I like foreign films. Watch them from anywhere, really. Oh, okay. You should. There's a lot of good foreign films on, I think, most streaming services. We have Amazon and Netflix, and there's plenty of good stuff on there. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands, or I don't know how many, or million on Netflix. So there's good stuff. And of course, if you like anime, then there's tons of anime. Nope, no Disney Plus. Nothing here for Disney Plus. What are you watching on Disney Plus? You think it's worth it? Mandalorian. I think my daughter, my oldest daughter likes. Oh, actually, all my daughters like Star Wars stuff. So that would be a good reason to get it. I haven't, believe it or not, really gotten into it. But then again, I think about, do I really want to be committed to a series, or that sort of thing. That's why I try not to watch too many series. WandaVision. What's WandaVision supposed to be about? Or is that a typo and it should be Wakanda mission vision? I think lately what I've been doing is playing a lot of Call of Duty. Like Vision. Oh, Vision. Black Widow. Not Black Widow. What's her name? I just something to do. What is her name? I forgot. Yeah, Scarlet Witch. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking red for some. Thinking red. So yeah, so it was along the line Scarlet Witch, like Vision from Avengers and the girlfriend of. Ah, so it's about Vision and Scarlet Witch. Hmm. That'd be. I'm sure that'd be interesting to see. Like I said, I don't want to get committed to watching series because then get stuck on them. Like we saw Cobra Kai, we saw uh, what is oh man, I'm forgetting the names of this. I just slipped my mind. The one where the rich guys, the rich family, the two, mother and father, and the adult son that's pansexual, I think, and the daughter. How can I just have? Yep, yep. We binged on that too. Even though I have to say I didn't watch as much of it. My wife watched straight through, but yeah, I saw the last episode, so that'll be interesting to see what's coming in the next season of Cobra Kai. Yeah, The Office. I love The Office. I didn't see all the episodes. My daughter's binged on that, but I haven't finished seeing everything because I know there's still many episodes. So, yep, I like The Office. There's a lot of good reference material there to use. And I like to use The Office GIFs when I post or comment on posts. There's some classics in there. Yeah, I'm sure you could find it in places online somewhere. I don't even know what Peacock is, actually. That's another streaming service? I had never heard of it. Who owns that? Ah, interesting. Not that I need another streaming service. Oh, okay. NBC. The Peacock. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's the logo, right? Yeah, I don't need any more streaming. What I've been doing. Well, that's not good. Now that I've seen Demon Slayer, but so you wouldn't be spoiling anything for me. That's not a good friend, though. If they told you they spoiled something for you. Yeah, I try not to. Even if my wife's seen something. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like, if my wife has seen a movie before, I don't want to hear about it. That's what we normally don't watch movies she's seen already. Not that she tells me normally, but I just I don't want to know that you know that something happened already. And if there's other people and then she starts telling them, I was like, hey, don't tell them. They need to watch the movie. So I don't like for other people to spoil stuff. Make sure you put spoiler alert. That's important. Because knowing something how it's going to end, like you said, I mean, that's the title is spoiler. So then it ruins it for you. But something that I've been doing more recently is playing Call of Duty. My wife had been insisting on me playing. She's more of a pro than I am. Actually, the practically the whole family is more of a pro than I am. I just recently started, maybe a few months ago, so late last year. I've been playing Call of Duty, streaming that on my phone since because I have Call of Duty mobile. I've been streaming from my phone. It's convenient to have Twitch on your phone, so I don't have to open up the computer. I think that's cool. It would be cool if they could somehow figure out to do a video along with the stream, but yeah. So that's interesting. Do you guys play any games? Or you folks, Cheeto and Gold Avenger? I think Warmy left. That's one thing that I have a question about. Why doesn't it show me? Okay, Counter Strike. I can imagine that's a like a first person shooter also. Do you? Oh, okay. Also, what is the history? What do you classify it as nice history? Half-Life. Hmm. So they're related. Oh, okay. Counter Strike is a modification for it. Okay, that's cool. Was it like a single developer type of deal where one developer created it? I think it's impressive. That's pretty cool. Right, right. As it grew, I'm sure. Looks like Cheeto left. Do you play anything else? Or what do you do with free time? Something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy being. Yes, yes, you. Free time, you. Yes. What do you think? Think about. Think we all waste time. That's for sure. I know I'm guilty of that. What kind of thinking do you do about life or future or past? Why do you think that is? Huh. Is it because of the pandemic, you think? Hmm. So you feel that people are hostile towards you in social situations? Hmm. Is there, I mean, why would they be? iOS Bunny Zero, how are you doing? They left already. So why do you think that people are hostile? Or in what way? Hmm. What you bring to the table? Why do you think you're a buzzkill or an irritant? Hmm. I mean, the movie with the dude. Main character. What's the movie with the dude main character? Old movie, The Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski. That's the bigger guy. What you call it, John Goodman? Because I haven't seen The Big Lebowski recently, so I tend to forget. It's Donnie John Goodman. He's the bigger guy. Because if I remember correctly, he was the very serious one. John Goodman. Oh, you know what? Okay. Uh, I'm at a loss right now. I can't. I need to watch Big Lebowski again. I haven't. Skinny. So he's not the two main characters. Yeah. So you're saying you like him? I'm curious. I wanna see what his character is like. Why do you think you're a buzzkill? Hmm. Well, getting old, as you can see, I'm not that young. Getting old doesn't mean that you know that you get a certain way. It's maybe is it cynicism maybe? Do you think you might be there's some that you're cynical with others? Hmm. Hmm. Why would they think that? Hmm. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being quiet, really. Seems like maybe, and I'm just guessing here, is that you talk with people that you feel more comfortable speaking with. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the COVID situation hasn't helped, possibly, because I think the majority of us are more isolated. Maybe we don't get to interact as much with others. So, in one sense, maybe we become more reserved that way. Do you think that the pandemic has affected that or exacerbated that? Yeah. What, how do you see, again, getting deeper? Feel free to, not answer if you don't like. How do you see your future? What? It's good not to feel hopeless, so you feel like it's just there. It's not, you're not, why do you think you're right there in the middle between hopeless and hopeful? Or maybe why not bright? Mm-hmm. Not hopeless. Would How would you define uh, what would you say, because it was nuances, the future is not bright. So how would you define a bright future? I think independence, yeah, financially, definitely. I'm looking I'm looking to do that myself as well. Financial independence, independence in general. So you think that it's possibly not attainable? Is that why it's not bright? What? Uh huh. Go ahead. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. How do you seek refuge? What do you think changed? Huh? Oh, I can. Uh-huh. Yeah, I can't imagine the loss that you might have experienced, but I know for sure loss can have a significant impact. And I'm sorry for that you've gone through that. Was the loss, did the loss before? Uh huh. Hey, that's all right. Avoid the avoidance of loneliness. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, perhaps just not having fun where I belong. Yeah, I have to agree there. In one sense or another, we all want to belong to something, some community. That's all right. Just reading and listening, or I'm acting as if I'm listening, because of course I'm just reading. But I think that's, if there's any way I can help, even if it's just being a person that's reading what you're saying. That's if that helps in any way, I'm glad to help. Have you tried to go back to the way you were, where you were more comfortable? Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't see it. Yes, I think so. We can return, especially if it's something that, I mean, it brings you comfort, and it's not something negative. You're not affecting anyone, including yourself, in a negative way. Then why not return to something where you're comfortable and still maybe progressing to where you want to be? Sometimes I think you need to step back in order to move forward, especially if that stepping back is a point where you were in the right place, mm, where you needed to be, and it could be your jumping off point to somewhere else. It's like you're going through a maze, and you've taken one path, but it's a dead end. So, well, in order to get out of that maze, you have to go back to the point where you have another option, go to another area of the maze that will take you through the maze further. So it might be just a learning experience, and it's another way of moving forward. You found what won't work, so let's go back and try something else, or stay where you're good and moving forward where you think you need to be. Hello, second viewer, if you're there. Because I see it says it has two viewers. What do you think? Go to Avenger. Mm. It just came to mind, so I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Yeah, you might have to go across the river or find another bridge to go back if that's the way you determine you need to be. And maybe on the way to finding the way back, you might find something else. Or going through the river, it might take you in a different direction. Maybe that's where you need to go. Grabbing it with my hand. No problem. If there's anything that I can do, gladly. Yep. Sure is. Correct. Correct. Because yeah, it will be the path, let's say, to success or to wherever you want to be. Let's say financial independence is it. Is, people think it might be just like this, but in reality it's maybe there's a big dip and then go back up. So that's, I know I've seen that chart for the path to success, but I think it could be the path to anything that you want to achieve. And let's say one thing would be, like you mentioned before, financial independence. That it could look like the stock market uh, chart and going up and down, but eventually, slowly but surely, it's going up. So there will be dips. The thing is, don't pull your money out on the dips. Don't stop. Keep going. And experience. There's much to be said about experiencing things. As much positive experiences as possible, but fortunately or unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, even bad experiences can be for the better because you learn from it. That's the key thing that you take away from a bad experience is take away the learning. Don't look at it as a necessarily something completely bad or in some cases a failure. Just look at it as, okay, I learned how not to do it, let me try another way. The thing is, don't stop until you're satisfied. It's all you. If you're comfortable in one place, then who's to say that you need to be somewhere else? It's up to you. So, what is something Hey, no problem. I wish you much success in whatever it is that you desire to do. And yeah, not a problem. I wish you much success. And if we cross paths again, then I hope you're doing well. I really do. Sending positive energy your way. Thanks. Appreciate it. You too. Peace.